You would think there is no way any of the Democratic candidates could possibly become president. They ganged up on him last night.
We have to impeach this president.
It is absolutely imperative we go forward with impeachment.
That was Julian Castro and Bernie Sanders. Joe Biden, after saying he and his son did nothing wrong in Ukraine, added,
"He's going after me because he knows if I get the nomination, I will beat him like a drum."
Another candidate was also a target. Fox's Jared Halpern was there, now live in Westerville, Ohio.
It was Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren who drew much of the attention here at the CNN New York Times debate.
I will outwork, outorganize, and outlast anyone.
Other candidates' attacks on Warren's Medicare for All and wealth tax proposals show she is now viewed as a front-runner, along with former Vice President Joe Biden.
I think it's good that there are some real challenges being laid against other candidates' proposals.
Biden supporter Delaware Senator Chris Coons after the debate. Biden campaign officials say they always expected this race to be long. Dave.
Jared, President Trump will meet with congressional leaders today, including House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who again says about the impeachment inquiry.
There's no requirement that we have a vote.
House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy just told Fox,
"You know, in America, you're innocent until proven guilty, until you let the Democrats become in charge."
Now, Vice President Pence will go to Turkey today, trying to stop a military offensive against Kurdish fighters in Syria who had been U.S. allies. But Turkish President Erdogan told Sky he won't talk to Pence about a ceasefire. Instead, he will only talk to President Trump. It got emotional last night at Fort Worth, Texas City Council meeting.
We don't feel safe! We don't feel safe!
An angry crowd say they don't feel safe days after a white police officer shot and killed a black woman through the window of her home. As he was responding to a call, Aaron Dean has since quit and been charged with murder. America's listening to Fox News.
Okay, forest animals, today is a new day. Kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow.
Yes?
Have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. Okay, River.
Dude.
How's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man. Perfect for a little riverside shoeless relaxation.
Ah, good. Owl, you here? Course. Who's asking? I am. Look, you know the drill. Sleep during the day, scare the kids at night. Perfect. I love my job. Oak Tree?
Sup?
Still in the same place I left you last year. That's what I like. Consistency.
Well, it's not like I'm going anywhere for the next couple 100 years.
I know. I love it. Turtle. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. You'd think he would have learned by now to leave the night before our meetings. Okay. Squirrel. Has anybody seen Mr. Squirrel?
The forest has been preparing just for you. Visit a forest near you today. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
There will be another witness in the House Democrats' impeachment inquiry this morning. Michael McKinley, former advisor to the Secretary of State, will be questioned in private. The manhunt is over in Maryland. No more searching for whoever shot a police officer because it turns out it was self-inflicted, ruled a suicide.
Montgomery County Police say Officer Thomas Bomba, who was found dead in a Silver Spring parking garage on Monday morning, took his own life. Initially, his death was investigated as a homicide. Bomba was on patrol on Monday and called for assistance after investigating what he said was a disorderly subject. Officers who responded for backup found him hurt in the garage. He was taken to a hospital where he died. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
There was a shooting last night in California at the home of an actor who once played Tarzan.
Santa Barbara deputies responded to a call of a domestic disturbance at the home of former Tarzan actor Ron Ely and found an elderly woman dead. Searching for the killer, they confronted a suspect. The suspect's dead, but Lieutenant Eric Rainey says they don't know much more at this time.
We don't have any confirmation yet of any of the relationships of the homicide victim or the suspect.
An elderly man inside the home at the time of the shooting is okay. No word, though, if he's the 81-year-old Ely who played Tarzan in the 1960s TV series. Carmen Roberts, Fox News.
Stocks could drop this morning. Dow futures down modestly the day after a 237-point Dow surge. There was a celebration in Washington last night. The Nationals advanced to the World Series for the first time ever.
And I can truly say this is the best time of my career. The best moments of my career have happened this year.
Howie Kendrick was the MVP in Washington's sweep of St. Louis on TBS. The Nationals finished it off with a 7-4 win over the Cardinals. Next up, either the Astros or Yankees. Houston beat New York 4-1 to go up 2-1 in the American League Championship Series Game 4 tonight. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. The Champaign School Board has agreed to a settlement and release agreement with the CFO, Tom Lockman. He had been put on paid leave by the district on June 17th. The News Gazette says under the deal, Lockman agrees to resign from his job effective December 31st and take an unpaid leave of absence until then. The district will pay Lockman close to $152,000 less applicable taxes and withholding by January 10th of next year. He'll also get money from unused vacation time through next month. 2 suspects have been arrested in connection to a robbery at Regions Bank that happened midday yesterday. Champaign police responded to the bank for a reported robbery involving shots fired. They determined that an armed robbery had occurred with gunfire believed to have been discharged inside the business. Police arrested a 16-year-old male and an 18-year-old male who's been identified as Dakir Pickens. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
I fell in love. This place is delicious. One of the best restaurants for fine dining in Champaign. Those are just some of the reviews about Miga Restaurant in downtown Champaign. Specializing in sushi, Asian-influenced dishes, wine, and cocktails. Miga Restaurant, open Monday through Saturday. Call and schedule your reservation for a date night, special celebration, or just because. Miga Restaurant at 398-1020.
Here's your weather. Good morning, ESPN 93.5. The weather brought to you by the Blossom Basket Florist. From simple to simply magnificent with 2 locations. Village at the Crossing, Champaign, Cunningham, and Urbana. 367 Rose or blossombasket.com. Good morning, Diane Ducey.
Morning, Stevie. A little cool today with a high 53, low 36. Up to 60 tomorrow, partly cloudy again, down to around 36 at night. 65 the high on Friday, partly cloudy, down to around 46 in the evening. And that's when the late afternoon, early evening homecoming parade takes place around Campus Town. Of course, we have Wisconsin coming to town with an 11 a.m. kick on Saturday. Right now, we've got a high 66 expected with partly cloudy conditions, a chance of rain late and into Sunday. Right now, we're at 41, ESPN 93.5.
Yep, we are 15 days until Halloween, and then it's November. And what is Thanksgiving this year, November 28th? It's not going to be much of the
late.
Black Friday is going to be right into the doorstep of December. Retailers usually don't like all that. All right, off we go. The Cardinal season is over. They never held a lead in this series, and I think we learned that while it was unexpected, the Cardinals did get to the playoffs, did win a series, and then we found out that they're a good baseball team. They're just not a great baseball team. And then you decide, what are you going to do about that? And can you ratchet it up if you're the Cardinals? Because clearly you met a team that's on a roll. And I would not be shocked at all if Washington upsets the Yankees or Houston. I think both the Yankees and Houston are better on a normal day, but the Nationals are hot. Hot beats better in my book. And the Nationals have won, I think, 17 of their last 19. They won 11 in a row or 9 in a row getting to the postseason. Then they won their last 2 against the Dodgers, and they've won 4 in a row against them. They've won 6 straight going into the World Series. They're hot, and their pitching happens to be fantastic. So anyway, I'd say a good season. It was kind of frustrating, I think, as a Cardinal fan, because, the team was exasperating, so it was a love-hate thing. And then you sweep forward Wrigley Field, and you're going, wait a minute, this has been amazing. Wow. And then they can't hit again. So they're kind of up and down. But they made the NLCS. They played till October 15. By the way, pitchers and catchers report in less than 100 days. So there you go. There's that. All right. I tried to watch the debate last night, my friends, and I'm sorry I couldn't. I just couldn't get through it, and I've tried to decide why, and it's just the baseline of reality for me is just different, and I'm sure it's different for progressives with me. We don't really connect. There's a baseline that I can't connect with. Their reality is not my reality, so that makes it difficult to listen with interest, and it was just really hard to get through. But we will talk about that in just a bit. Okay, John Bolton called Mayor Giuliani a hand grenade. A hand grenade, meaning he's going to blow everybody up. GOP strategist, executive director of Companions for Heroes, Middle East war veteran David Sharp. Thank you for your service, David.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you, Stevie.
So how is it that everybody leaves the Trump White House ready to spill the beans? CNN wants to talk to you. I've got something to say. You go on 4 stations in an hour. All you have to do is say you hate Trump, and everybody that voted for him is an ignorant person.
Yep. Unfortunately, it's because you're dealing with a president who really does do the job, right? I've served under 4 presidents while in the military and in the U.S. intelligence community. And I got to tell you, anytime someone leaves the White House from the Trump administration, as you mentioned, they know they're going to be popular when they start screaming and kicking. So, with that being said, let's look at John Bolton. Number one, I'm a patriot just like you. I'm not an opportunist, unfortunately, like John Bolton. John, dodged the Vietnam draft, joined the National Guard, and he, quote, says, because it's a feudal war. Then he gets into the Reagan administration, low-level positions. Then he gets into the Bush administration, where he was the architect of the Iraq War, and he said there was weapons of mass destruction. They unfortunately listened to him, and they found out there wasn't. And then, of course, he gets into the Trump White House, and, he obviously has nothing good to say about that as well, because Rudy Giuliani, who's, America's mayor, he's a very respected individual, and Rudy is just like John. He's just very upfront and forthright. And I don't think those two ever really got along in the White House.
Well, wouldn't you suspect John Bolton be the leaker? If you don't go his way, I always thought he was a zealot. I didn't care for John Bolton. I've never cared for him. I just think he's too far.
He is. He's too far. I don't even know. He can't even say he's too far right, too far left. He's just too far John, right? Because he's about himself.
Yeah.
When he left he criticized the Bush administration, and then when he left, and then he wrote a book. Here we go again. History repeats itself. He's criticizing the Trump administration after they let him go. The guy was in the UN ambassador, and he said if they leveled 10 floors off the UN headquarters, he'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
What kind of person says that?
Yeah. David Sharp, just a couple more minutes. I tried to get through the Democratic debate. I couldn't do it, and I tried to understand why. It's just that my reality is just, I'm sure the progressives feel that about me. We just can't. We're on different planes of reality. It's like, they're saying all these things about Donald Trump. I click through. I'm so tired of it. I know what they think of him. I just refuse to believe he's the devil and he's Adolf Hitler. It's just ridiculous.
It is sad. And what's funny about all this is that if you do want to lose some IQ points, just watch those debates, because that's all they do is talk about him. They really don't even talk about the real issues that are affecting the country. What are you going to fix? If you're the candidate, what are you going to fix? They do not talk about that anymore. They're just bashing each other or Trump. It's really a bunch of little toddlers in a daycare. Sadly, I hate to use that analogy, but man.
Well, I had what I did watch. I had Tulsi Gabbard, the only halfway normal, and she said that because she's not all in on everything. I think the Washington Post called her a Russian operative or something. Come on, man, that's your own. Let's go. I don't know. Listen, listen, I'm not saying Donald Trump's my favorite president. I don't like that he can't leave anything alone. He just can't. But if you're going to tell me Elizabeth Warren's my choice, come on, man. Really? That's it?
Yeah, exactly.
Elizabeth Warren's huge career boost came from false information on an application said she was a Cherokee or something. Come on.
Yeah, and then you got Joe Biden and his son Hunter flying around Air Force Two, and he was the vice president, doing business deals using taxpayer dollars. Let's don't talk about that.
Yeah, because that's, of course, not verified, and you're lying. So anyway, David, thank you. How do people connect with David Sharp?
You can find me on my social media at David E. Sharp, SHARPE.
And again, thanks for serving, my friend.
Appreciate you. You take care.
David Sharp is his name, from St. Simons Island down in Georgia. This morning, 7:15. You can always text us, 359-2255. It's like they said the earth is flat. And I'm going, wait a minute, I disagree with that. No, you're dumb. You're stupid.
Right.
So then I'm going, well, I don't really, I don't see, I can't, I don't know where you are. I can't understand how that perspective can be incredibly, anyway, I don't connect. And it wasn't as if you've been trying to impeach him since November of 2016. So you've lost credibility with me because you're trying to get anything you can because you hate this guy because he never should have won. You can't beat Hillary Clinton when everybody says she's going to win. That's a no-no. And that happened. Tulsi Gabbard said last night, hey, he won the election. Ooh, stone cold silence. No, what's she do? Who's she? Okay, ESPN 93.5. Let's jump to our morning sports.
Okay.
Baseball's over for us, and good luck to the Washington whoever they play, because baseball's over.
Okay. 7-4 was the final. Poor Mike Shannon had a cold.
I said yesterday we were kind of dogging him because he was down. Well, the guy's 80, and he's got a pretty bad cold in a hotel room in Washington.
And, he's got to do the last game of the season.
And it's most likely his last road game. He never does any road games, but he thought he'd follow him this year for the playoffs.
Sure.
So here's our Redbird recap.
John Rooney, in this game of baseball, when you cross those white lines, some very good things can happen to you, and some not so good things can happen to you.
Some very bad things happened to Dakota Hudson and the Cardinals. An error and a misplay in right field figured in a 7-run first inning for the Nationals. The Nationals, after they scored their 6th and 7th runs on a hit by Trey Turner, as they batted around plus 2 batters in the first inning, they didn't get a runner to second base the rest of the ball game against the Cardinal bullpen. But 7 happened to be enough as the Nationals beat the Cardinals 7-4 to advance to the World Series for the first time, and the Nationals go to the World Series on a 6-game winning streak.
We'll broadcast next from Florida on February the 22nd. Then we'll be on there about high noon. As the Nationals sweep the Cardinals, they're celebrating on the field here at Nationals Park in Washington, D.C.
He has earned the distinction as the greatest catcher in Cardinals history. What other superlatives define Yadier Molina? Adam Wainwright, champion. Matt Carpenter, teammate. Mike Schilt, no doubt Hall of Famer. Willie McGee, the face of the franchise. He's the one, the only Yadier Molina, and he's being honored with a one-of-a-kind tribute in the 2019 Cardinals Yearbook. Pick up this exceptional salute to an extraordinary talent at cardinals.com/publications or 314-345-9000.
It's about 90 days till the Cardinal Caravan goes to the iHotel.
Right.
So it won't be long. And then it's like 100 days till pitchers and catchers report. So it's a short off season when you make the playoffs. It's going to be very interesting to see what the Cardinals do, and of course what the Cubs do, and who their manager is going to be. All accounts say David Ross is going to be the man, and then who do the Cubs rather keep? Do they trade Chris Bryant, which is apparently out there? Do they sign Castellanos, who came as a free agent from Detroit?
I see.
A lot of moves in Cubland. We'll see what happens.
Well, a lot of Cubs fans are chatting about David Ross, saying that Jed and Theo want someone they can control.
Well, I think that could be part of it. So we'll see.
Okay. Well, in any case, Houston is up 2-1 after their win over the New York Yankees 4-1 yesterday. It's been a very entertaining postseason.
Well, it was until about 4 games ago.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the Cardinals didn't have a lead in the whole series. There are 4 games, they didn't have a lead. They got dominated. So we'll see. It's, again, a hot team trumps a good team, a better team. I think the Nationals can win it all because they're hot. And they got wonderful pitching.
Also trending, Jackson Jaguars have decided to trade Jalen Ramsey to the L.A. Rams.
Yeah,
They get first round.
Two first rounds and a fourth round. A lot of stuff they've given up for this guy that was having trouble with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's check your weather.
High 53, low 36 on the cool side today. Up towards 60 tomorrow, down to 36 again. 65 the high on Friday with partly cloudy conditions, down to 46. Right now, 41. ESPN 93.5.
Fox Business Minute brought to you by Eric Boland, Provident Financial Group in Champaign, where partnerships are built on trust. Find Eric at Provident Financial Group, LLC.com. Eagle Ed Martin, coming up bottom of the hour. He's our Wednesday guest from the Phyllis Schlafly bunch down in St. Louis. Touch on the Cardinals with him for a minute. and ask him about last night's Democratic debate. What do you think? 359-2255 if you watched. 7:20 now in Champaign-Urbana.
I'm Deirdre Bolton, and this is the Fox Business Report.
More major banks are reporting better than expected earnings. Bank of America and U.S. Bancorp both had a strong summer quarter. There are encouraging signs in negotiations to end the month-long United Auto Workers strike against General Motors. The New York Post says the two sides have reached an agreement to give temporary workers a clear path to becoming full-time employees. GM CEO Mary Barra met personally with UAW negotiators for a second time yesterday to encourage the end of the strike. MGM Resorts is selling its Bellagio and Circus resorts in Las Vegas. MGM is planning to expand its legal sports betting business. It hopes to do business in Japan as well. Japan just approved allowing up to 3 casinos there. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola. Invested in you.
I'm Maria Bartiromo from Fox Business. My parents lived the American dream. My father cooked in his restaurant. I was the coat check girl. Today, I'm still working the hardest I've ever worked, giving my viewers every tool I can to help them succeed.
I'm Stuart Varney from Fox Business. My first investment, traveling the world for about 5 years and ending up right here in America. Damn good investment, actually. Fox Business.
Invested in you.
Need a car wash? Need an oil change? Luckily, you can get them both at Market View Car Wash and Lube in Champaign. They have the perfect package for you. Just buy a full service oil change and they'll give you a complimentary car wash. They have free vacuums at their shop as well. And join the VIP Car Wash Club as you will receive 1 car wash a day. The VIP Club Wash price starts at $20 a month. So come on by 501 West Market View Drive and the Market View team will take care of your car as they would their own.
Who's ready for the cooler days ahead? Head to Champaign Outdoors for all of your fall essentials. Cozy flannels? Check. Patagonia pullovers? You bet. Vests from the North Face? Of course. You'll also find a great selection of Merrell hiking boots and smart wool socks to keep your feet toasty on those cool fall nights. And don't forget to grab a new Hydro Flask or Stanley travel mug so you can keep your coffee warm all day long. Stop by Champaign Outdoors for all of your fall style and gear needs today or visit ChampaignOutdoors.com.
Why do so many go to Honda BMW of Champaign? Is it the selection of hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles, the easy location off Neal at Burwash Savoy, or the fact that they're an award-winning dealership getting incredible reviews year after year from their customers? Yes, it's all of the above. Before you buy your next vehicle, give Honda BMW of Champaign a chance to earn your business. Honda BMW off Neal at Burwash Savoy, or go online, drivechampaign.com.
Hey, this is Kirk Herbstreit. This team's going to need to change the momentum in the second half. Let's listen in to the head coach to hear his halftime speech.
Listen to me. It all comes down to now. I want to see some fire. A fire that could perfectly grill an Eckrich smoked sausage. And I want to see more from you out there. More flavor, more condiments. This is a home gate after all. Now start eating like you belong here.
Yeah! Okay, now I'm fired up. Eckrich, you do you.
Planning a party or an event? Think Big Grove Tavern in downtown Champaign. With 3 large back rooms, Big Grove is the ideal place to host your next important gathering, whether it's for the team after the game or a timeless family gathering. Big Grove has the space and the hospitality to make everyone feel welcome. Features include a full bar and a menu with something for everyone. Contact sales at BigGroveTavern.com or call 217-239-3505 to reserve your private space.
Jay Lehman is back on the Jeremy Warner Show this fall.
Is Isaiah Williams going to really compete for this quarterback spot with his ability to run the ball? I just don't know how accurate of a thrower he is.
Get the insight from the former All-American Illini linebacker and Rose Bowl team captain. Catch him on Monday morning starting at 10 a.m. as he talks Illini football and breaks down the rest of the Big Ten. Thanks to Molitor Financial Group and Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, as well as Luther Falls. Don't miss a thing, and be sure to check out our podcast online at ESPNCU.com.
Yep, Illinois, Wisconsin. We do have tickets. Stand by. I'm giving you a chance to win. If you would like to go to the Illini homecoming game, you can text in Illini right now to win 4 tickets to Illinois and Wisconsin. I know it's a tall order. I know how good Wisconsin is, but we can still go enjoy the festivities.
That's right.
And see if we can hang in there. We're certainly one of the top teams in America.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you put it on paper, this isn't going to be pretty, but what are you going to do? You got to play it. They're just better in every facet, and they're really, really good at football, and they're trying to win a national championship, and they're legit.
Those stinking Badgers are number 6 in the nation now.
This is it really comparable to having. This is going to be kind of a leap. I mean, you could say Clemson is coming to. I mean, it's kind of like that.
Right.
No, they're that good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, okay, we got to see a Heisman Trophy candidate, Jonathan Taylor.
Okay,
that'll be fun. Jim Gaffigan is coming, but if you'll text in the line right now, what number do we want for 4 homecoming tickets?
5.
Suggesting the demand is down a little bit as the stock is down just a smidge. No, I'm not doing that.
I'm sorry.
I'm not doing that. These are $70 tickets. We're going to take the 15th text in.
Okay, thank
I
you.
will stand here all day, people.
Text in a line, please.
Come on, man. What's that guy in that commercial? Sure, we're not the best, but we're not going to give up.
Right.
Yeah.
Go Illini.
359-2255. Text in Illini. What if we win?
Right. And you were there with 3 friends or family members.
I would propose it would be the biggest upset we've ever had.
Yeah.
If we beat Wisconsin. So.
Okay, see, we got another taker.
Stop it. Folks, these are $280 in good seats to the Wisconsin-Illinois football game.
There we go.
359-2255. It's college football.
And the forecast looks pretty good.
Pretty darn
67,
good.
partly cloudy.
Yes, ma'am. 359-2255. Jim Gaffigan tomorrow night at the State Farm Center.
Obviously, I love traveling internationally. The only negative, too many foreigners, right? The weird thing is you travel around the world, and you realize pretty quickly people are the same wherever you go. Wherever you go, there are good people, and there are Russians. See, the reason that's funny is because we were all raised with this bigotry towards Russians. I have a friend, he was born in Russia. He moved here when he was 3, and I still think he might be a spy. We don't know. The best is when you're visiting a country and someone thinks you're a native. I was waiting for a cab in Stockholm, and this Swedish lady turned to me, and she was like, Bjorn Borg, Bjorn Borg. That's not what she said. That's what I heard. But I knew in that moment that once this lady found out I was American, she was going to be disappointed. So I just decided that I was not going to speak any language she spoke. She was like, Bjorn Borg, Bjorn Borg. And I was like, ah, 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 ah. She was like, tu parlez-vous français? I was like, ah, 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 ah. She was like, do you speak English? And I was like, that woman is now my wife.
It's Jim Gaffigan tomorrow night at State Farm Center. Truly looking forward to that one. We're going to be back. It is our friend Ed Martin, president of the Eagle Forum Education Legal Defense Fund. We'll see if he's in Washington or down in St. Louis. Touched base on the debate last night. And what's going on with Syria, which is forefront of a lot of our minds, and what's going on with the Kurds in Syria, and trying to understand that.
It's Keith in Philo.
Center of the universe. Keith, why did you move to Philo?
Well, because I like it there.
Obviously, your property values skyrocketing because you are in the center of the universe. You win 4 tickets to the game, my friend. You have orange you can wear?
I have lots of it.
Okay. What's your take? I mean, it's obviously going to be tough, right?
It's going to be really, really tough.
Uh-huh. What's the over-under and how many minutes Jonathan Taylor plays?
Honestly, I'm guessing running clock by the end of the first quarter.
They don't do that, but thanks. Anyway, it's tough. I mean, Jonathan Taylor,
So they might play the JV, is what you're
saying? No, they
saying.
don't. Well, they don't have, fortunately, like a JV, but they do have guys that are fourth string.
Okay.
Listen, it's going to be hard for Jonathan Taylor to get in the game second half because I think it's going to be like that.
Okay.
But hey, you know what, Keith? Look at me. Stop it. Come on. Let's go. And they could fumble. It's just a tough matchup. They're really good. Keith, enjoy the seats. Go Galana. Let's get them.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I'll get more details from him now. Thanks for texting in to 359-2255.
All right, going to break for the news. Be right back. Ed Martin coming up next. It's Wednesday. This is the 16th of October. It's ESPN 93.5, and you're always welcome to text us, 359-2255. 7:30 now in Champaign-Urbana.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Senator Elizabeth Warren at the Democrats' fourth debate of the campaign says about the cost of her Medicare for All plan.
I will not sign a bill into law that does not lower costs for middle-class families.
At the debate in Ohio on CNN, Joe Biden says Warren and Bernie Sanders are being too vague about their health care plan costs.
Tell people what it's going to cost, how you're going to do it, and why you're going to do it.
Sanders says about Biden working with Republicans to get things done.
I say this as a good friend. You got the disastrous war in Iraq done.
Also, trade agreements and a bankruptcy bill that Sanders says hurt Americans. A new witness today in the impeachment inquiry, Michael McKinley. He resigned last week as a top aide for Secretary of State Mike Pompeo after working in the State Department for 37 years. He's scheduled to meet behind closed doors with members of 3 House committees. America's listening to Fox News.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. 2 suspects have been arrested in connection to a robbery at Regions Bank that happened midday yesterday. Champaign police responded to the bank for a reported robbery involving shots fired. They determined that an armed robbery had occurred with gunfire believed to have been discharged inside the business. No one was hurt by gunfire, but one employee had a head injury from being assaulted by a suspect. Police arrested a 16-year-old male and an 18-year-old male who's been identified as Dakir Pickens. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker and his wife have released partial federal and state income tax returns. They reported $6.2 million in income last year and paid $216,000 in Illinois taxes. They got a federal tax refund of $400,000 applied to future taxes. Trusts benefiting Pritzker paid another $5.3 million in Illinois taxes and $29 million in federal taxes. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. As independent financial advisors, we can help ensure you're following a strategy that makes sense no matter what the market is doing. Take control of your financial life with a complimentary consultation. We will create a plan that's right for you. Contact us today at 3017 Village Office Place in Champaign or call us at 217-366-3456 or online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
It's literally the best place in East Central Illinois. Exceptional food, excellent service, and a great atmosphere is what you'll find at Miga in downtown Champaign. And the reviews speak for themselves. One says, my wife and I drove over from Decatur for a date night. We were pleasantly surprised. Another says we went for our anniversary. It was such an exciting place. One person even said the absolute best dining. Perhaps the best in the world. Judge for yourself at Miga Restaurant, downtown Champaign.
Here is your ESPN 93.5 3-day weather forecast. You know, it's brought to you by CMI, Chemical Maintenance Incorporated. They got the e-sprayer. What's that? Well, if you want to get germ-free and all the winter stuff coming up, you want to get the e-sprayer and spray it. The technology is great for schools, also great for anywhere. Health, assisted living, gym facilities, radio stations. Call CMI 359-6262 today. For more information, schedule a demo. CMI Clean, your janitorial and equipment experts.
Up to 53, down to 36. Some clouds this morning, a little breezy. Winds from the northwest at 22 miles per hour. 60 the high tomorrow, down to 36 again. Up to 65 as we wrap up the week Friday with partly cloudy conditions. Down to 46 at night. Right now we are at 42. ESPN 93.5.
Our friend Ed Martin, president of the Eagle Forum Education and Legal Defense Fund in Washington, D.C., where they're dancing in the streets. Nationals are going to the World Series for the very first time, and I predict they win the World Series. I'll take hot over good every time, and they've won 17 of their last 19 baseball games, Ed. They're just hot. We hit a steamroll. But what did we learn about the St. Louis Cardinal team, do you think?
Well, I thought actually yesterday when Hudson came out of the block and he looked, less like himself, I remembered that some of these kids are young, Adam Wainwright, 14 or 15 years ago when he was so good in the postseason as a kid, it's really uncommon. Now, I know the Nationals had, some kids too, but I thought they looked young. As you point out, baseball, it's hard to quantify when you're hot and when you're not, and they couldn't hit their way out of a paper bag for about 2.5 games. They scored all those runs in that first inning against the
Braves.
Series.
Yeah, Braves.
Yeah, Braves.
Yeah.
And then they just went cold and nobody could snap out of it. So
or is it a lot of really good baseball players, not great baseball players, against hot and amazing pitching? I don't know if the Cardinals they're not a great team. It's been the most frustratingly successful year I can ever remember. Right. It's a team that's hard to watch. But
and one more thing. In a series like that, the Nationals pitchers, these are top shelf guys, right? I mean, Scherzer, Strasburg. Yeah. I mean, these are really the top of the top.
At their best. At their best.
Yeah, at their best. Yeah. Right. They were just dominant.
Really good. But the Cardinals, I don't think, will be in the office the next time saying, gosh, look at us. We made the NLCS. We're good. We just stay the course. We need at least 2 or 3 changes. And to be up to anywhere near some of these other teams who there's a lot of weaknesses there in that lineup. You got to decide on Ozuna. You got to decide if you're going to be a player in Rendon, Garrett Cole. I don't know, but I like the bullpen. I like most of my starting pitching, but we need some help hitting at the high level. I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, it's Ed Martin. I tried to watch the debate last night. And I struggled because, and I said, it's not healthy. I should really be open. I tried, but my reality is so different from theirs that I can't connect on any level because I'm thinking about, first of all, I don't think Donald Trump is a bigot, homophobe, sexist, racist, anti-Semitic. I mean, every name in the book, I don't believe he is that. But if that's the baseline. So if I'm not on the page, I'm obviously a deplorable or very ignorant. And so it's a turnoff. It's hard for me to relate.
Well, there was I have a couple observations. One is, it was 12 people on the stage, so there's really not any room to get much happening. And I was trying to remember, I don't remember it clearly because now you see him as president. When Trump was the candidate on a stage with lots of people, he had a way of standing out because he was just Trump. And so he was milking all that attention. Nobody to me stood out. I think there was different aspects of different people doing different things. But as you point out, a couple of glaring things. They didn't bring up Hong Kong. Someone wrote about that this morning. It's a major thing going on in the world with tons of attention, tons of social media attention. Nothing. They were kind of, as you said, they were impeach. And after that, they were fighting over how they're going to pay for these massive programs. Here's the thing. I don't think the country is watching yet. So I don't know if it really matters. But the biggest news this morning was AOC and the squad of 3 are going to endorse Bernie. I assume Bernie was fading. Maybe he still is. But that seems like a throwdown to try to keep him in the game.
And I saw that, and then you're really going to see what kind of power AOC and her squad have. And did they make a deal where whoever's old enough could be the vice president? It's not AOC, maybe Ilhan Omar. Maybe that's part of the deal.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think here's the thing. In politics, I tell people all the time, when I watched for the last 10 years, the Tea Party, Occupy Wall Street, and then the next 2 things that are so noteworthy, millions of people embracing Bernie Sanders, a socialist Democrat, a sort of old, cantankerous guy, and tens of millions embracing Donald Trump, a New York business developer, right? We're in a funny time, and I think you're right. If grassroots learns, and I think he loses spectacularly, but that he could totally change he's already changed the Democratic Party, but he could transform it with one election. by the way, into a minority party, I think. But still, I don't know what to make of that. I was really surprised that happened this morning.
Yeah, apparently that was in the works, right? I mean, I don't understand. I think they just think Bernie's the most authentic socialist up there. And again, I think Bernie missed the window. I really think 2016, I think he might have beaten Trump. I mean, the energy at the 18-year-old level was, I mean, they had a mile-long line in Champaign-Urbana for Bernie. I mean, there was some energy because going up against the Clintons, dear sweet Bernie can't, and he didn't, and they fixed it against him. I think his window has passed, though.
Look, I agree with you, but I would just say this. When you hear Bernie Sanders call Elizabeth Warren a capitalist to her bones, and you realize that he's not giving up on this fight, and she does look like that, right? I mean, she has to, in a general election, she's going to say, well, I'm, and I heard this from someone last weekend, I'm from a family of Republicans in Oklahoma. That's what Elizabeth Warren's, she married into Republicans, she was a Republican, but for Bernie and his people, that's the end of the world. So Biden's fading. And here comes Bernie saying Elizabeth Warren's not really a progressive.
Yeah.
Maybe he holds 30% of the vote, never gets to 40, but 30% is a big deal. But you said something that I might quibble with. What if Bernie says, "Look, I'm only going to walk away if you make me VP, and I have a big portfolio of things I can do as VP." Could be that is the play too.
Interesting. That's very interesting. But again, I've said it, and I'll say it again. Donald Trump is not my favorite president, but he is my president. I wish he could leave just a couple things alone without having to come back up every little thing. That's a darndest thing. But you're telling me that my choice is Elizabeth Warren?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No. Look, you're putting your finger on Stevie J. The late Phyllis Schlafly used to say, people forget in campaigns they think it's about their favorite candidate versus somebody, an imaginary. It comes down to a choice between two people, and when you get, or maybe three, when you get to that point, the gloves are off. And remember, a lot of people voted in 2016 against Hillary. They said, I just can't stand that, and I'll take a chance on this guy. So.
Well, it'll be impeach this awful devil, and it's nothing about them lifting me up, and again. If they're talking about trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars in healthcare costs, the taxes are going up on everybody. The top tax person in Canada is 72% or something. I mean, nobody wants to pay that.
Yeah, no. And you watch this. There were two moments in the last 24 hours I'd point to that show a political reality nobody's saying. Elizabeth Warren, even though she knows the cost, she's very smart. She knows the cost. She refused to say she'd raise taxes because once you say that, you're deadly. The other one, though, by the way, just to shift a little bit, Nancy Pelosi had a press conference an hour before the debate to say that she wasn't going to have a vote on the impeachment and in order to open a formal impeachment inquiry. Now, the reason why, and you have to read between the lines, is she was canvassing her caucus, and she doesn't have the votes. They don't want to take that vote. So that means that her impeachment inquiry team needs more bolstering before they'll take that hard vote. Now, they may think they're going to find it, with all these parade of secret hearings.
Yeah.
But she didn't come out and say, we're so strong, we'll take that vote, which means she doesn't have the votes yet.
Well, there's 51 of her Democratic House members that are in Trump-red districts, and they only need 19 to flip the House. They know the politics. I think Nancy Pelosi, if she's nothing else, I think she's a pretty smart politician. And she understands.
No, I agree. I don't think if she could do it, she would not be doing any of this, to be honest.
No, I know.
I think she got put in a box with her team, and the left wanted it. But one more thing on that. AOC has only endorsed one House candidate. There's just as Democrats have. And that was a House Democrat running against the pro-life Democrat in Chicago, Lipinski. So and that's not a risk for AOC. That guy runs against the Democrat Party every time. My point here is that AOC's pulling the party to the left a little quieter than people realize, especially on the impeachment inquiry.
Well, it's not this is a different Democratic Party, and they might say it's a different Republican Party, but I'm telling you, they have gone so far left that people that never say boo about politics are saying boo about politics, because it's like, this is nuts. This is nuts when you're talking about Medicare for all, no way to pay for it, open borders. You've got to pay for everybody's education except somebody who lives here. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, it is. I think it's out of touch. Then again, remember, it's the primaries, and by the time you'll pivot, and it'll be a big election about two choices, and by then, Stevie J, one thing I will say, you may agree more than I do to what I'm about to say. I know that forget Trump derangement or Trump delusion. I think there's I have a little bit of a fear of Trump exhaustion syndrome, where people are just so tired of the ongoing drama that they'll be susceptible to, hey, you know what? Elizabeth Warren may be lefty, but she's not going to be as dramatic and all. And because people are exhausted right now.
Listen, I'm exhausted. I do this stuff. I'm exhausted. I couldn't watch the news for weeks because of this impeachment. It's so dumb. They have no credibility because that's all they talk about. So there's no credibility. They obviously just want to kick him out because he beat Hillary, and they've been doing this since the day after he won. So the bottom line is this: you don't have an option for me. You do not have an option for me because you're too far left. So forget you. I'm voting for Trump right now because there's nothing else to vote for. You got to be kidding me. It's nuts. It's too far left.
So one more trend to watch, and we'll see it again. Louisiana's going to have their election. Mississippi has an election in the state, but as you ramp up towards the fall, you already alluded to it. What do the numbers start to look like? If Trump is going to win in a lot of states by big numbers, or do better than he has, he starts to look like he can win the House and win the Senate, and then it becomes, the theory then is, what are they going to do, and what's it going to look like in the next Congress? So there's a lot of moving parts happening.
Yeah, Ed, you the man. Would you sign Marcelo Zuna?
I wouldn't. I was going to tell you, I want to encourage you in your hatred of him, your deep-seated hatred of him. I don't like how he plays, even though he played well for a month or so. I just don't like his style of play. And his arm is shot. He's looking slow. I think you got to cut and get out of that one.
Yeah, I'm okay with that as well. And I would probably take the Ozuna money and put it on Rendon and put him at third. And I really don't want Fowler or Carpenter to play a lot next year. So there I go.
I agree with all that. I'm surprised to say, because you were such a downer all year long, and they proved you wrong. But
no, they did. Listen, they proved me wrong. I was but what we saw in May and June came out in this series, obviously, because again, they're good baseball players, just not great. And I think I'm glad Goldschmidt's on my team. I love him. I think he struggled a little bit here lately, but I'll take him every time. Hey, listen, Ed, always a pleasure, my friend. Thanks for your time as always. How do people connect with you?
At Eagle Ed Martin on Twitter, and our website is phyllisschlafly.com, phyllisschlafly.com. So thanks, Stevie J. Talk to you soon.
You bet. Ed Martin, president of the Eagle Forum Education and Legal Defense Fund.
Good stuff.
747 359-2255. You're always welcome to text in. Love to hear from you. Area code 217 if you're outside listening somewhere in America, 217-359-2255. We'll check your sports headlines next.
The sounds of fresh meat grilling, the sounds of the marching Illini, and the sounds of Lovie Smith and his Fighting Illini taking the field at Memorial Stadium. Ensure you have the best tailgate and get your meat from the U of I Meat Sales Room. They have fresh meat weekly, sausage, bacon, and eggs too. It's local fresh meat from right here in Champaign-Urbana. The U of I Meat Sales Room, open Tuesdays and Thursdays 1 to 5:30 p.m. and Friday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Located off Florida on Maryland Avenue in Urbana. Have the best tailgate this season when you buy your meat from the U of I Meat Sales Room.
If you're looking for a great paying part-time job with flexible hours, check out 2020 Census Jobs. You may have another job or not. You may even be retired or looking for some extra income, but you can also help make sure that everyone gets counted. So apply today at 2020census.gov/jobs to help strengthen your community.
I like it sweet. I like it hot. I like it cheesy. I'm loving that Wednesday's Italian Beef Day at Rosati's Pizza. We get great specials going on all the time, but when Wednesday rolls around, it's all about the Italian beef. Get the sandwich, the fries, and the drink, all for just $9.99. It's what I have for lunch every Wednesday. Stop by and see me and the crew, or let us bring one to you. We deliver to all of Champaign, Urbana, and Savoy. Call us at 328-2334 or visit us at 701 South Gregory in Urbana. Hope to see you soon.
Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola is your local furniture expert. They've been in business over 50 years and their sales team has over 150 years of experience. They carry everything you need to furnish your whole house with top name brands such as Broyhill, Lane, Ashley, Smith Brothers, Bemco mattresses, and Mohawk carpeting. Their showroom is huge with over 30,000 square feet of furniture. Stop by Kelsey Furniture in downtown Tuscola today or visit kelseyfurniture.com, Kelsey, Kelsey Furniture, or like them on Facebook. Kelsey Furniture, quality for less. Well, baseball season's over. Now it's basketball and football.
You know, the Nationals were 19-31 during their mediocre May.
Well, we played the Nationals earlier when we won 3 out of 4 in Washington. The Cardinals had won 5 out of 7 with the Nationals going in.
Okay.
And now it's 6-5 series over.
Yeah, the Nationals are hot. What can we say?
They're good, too.
So they won the National League Championship Series and are on to the World Series. And who will they face? Astros beat the New York Yankees 4-1 yesterday. So Houston is up 2-1 in that series. Some other things coming out of the game last night. Left-handed Patrick Coburn, I guess the first pitcher to do 10 strikeouts in the first 4 innings. The lefty struck out 12 overall.
Well, Cardinals struck out 16 times 2 nights ago, and at least that last night. I mean, it was just...
Yeah. Jalen Ramsey off to the LA Rams after all, with the Jags getting a 20 and 21 first-round draft pick and a fourth rounder in 2021.
And this Jalen Ramsey is a defensive back. He's supposed to be number 1 in football. Unhappy in Jacksonville with Shad Khan, apparently, and then they traded him. So
exactly.
Got a lot for him, though.
Another thing we are noting is on the Illini basketball side, that Trent Frazier has made a watch list as a big shooter, and Ayo Dosunmu, sophomore, on Monday on the Bob Cousy point guard list. So it seems like we've got some good players coming into the preseason.
There's no question hope springs eternal for Illinois basketball. It's kind of exciting to think that we're going to get back to the NCAA because that's kind of the expectation.
Okay.
We're going to be in the top 5 in the Big Ten. That's an automatic card to the NCAA, I would think. So.
And they're saying for the homecoming uniforms for our Illini football team, they're doing the Gray Gross thing. Yeah.
That's the Grange.
Yeah.
Red Grange. The ghost. Gray.
Exactly.
Got it.
Good vibes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Steven Suderman. He's at Good Vibes, the Round Barn, where you have the DMV. My mother was over there. I'm so proud of my mom because every year she has to do her driver's license test, and she just does it. She goes there. She had somebody over there that a couple of years ago, maybe he had a hard day, but wasn't the kindest.
I see.
And so I said, well, why don't we go to, you can go to Rantoul, Marcel,
Tuscola.
She wanted to go back to that guy.
Oh.
And she went back to that guy and passed.
Okay.
So anyway.
Way to go, Margaret.
Yeah, wasn't afraid. She was back there. She was sitting there for 3.5 hours, unfortunately. But there's one driving instructor, one, for the whole bunch. So they were short somebody. So if you want to be a driver's instructor at DMV, I would encourage you to apply, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
You're right next door.
Like
Can't you sell a 75-inch and then walk across and do a test? Bam!
That makes you feel good.
Yeah,
Get a new TV.
Multitasking. Okay,
I watched that guy. There's a somewhat elderly lady who, when she pulled into the parking spot, angled across the lines.
Darn.
And he basically said, "You're not ready for this. You can't even park the car." I mean, she just sent her back and without even.
Yeah. By the way, our buddy Jim works over there, and he's outstanding.
Yes. And my friend Karen's over at the DMV.
Yeah, we listen DMV.
Of course.
When I've been there in and out, it's been really, really good.
Yeah.
If you have one driver, you're going to have a wait. You got to get more drivers, driver instructors. Okay, Mr. Steve Suderman, he's one of the owners of Good Vibes. It can set you up with a man cave. You can do dish and direct. What you got hopping this week, my friend?
Well, the topic isn't new anymore. The OLED TVs have been around now they're on their 8th generation from LG, and we've been ballyhooing these things since Gen 2. We skipped over Gen 1 because you just don't go there with that new a technology. But these things are at historically low prices. We held off on bringing in a 77-inch TV because it was $10,000, it was $8,000, it was $7,000, then it was $6,000, and last week it went to $49.99.
Yep.
It's like, okay, this is now not going to scare off, somebody who really wants something special and something a little big. You can get this technology now as low as $10.99. We've got a 55-inch OLED TV at $10.99. It's still above the market price of a 55-inch TV, but it's the best looking thing you've ever seen.
Okay, so this is again, it's got to have that 4K programming, but when it does, it's stupid, right?
It looks better on 1080. It looks better on Channel 3 than anything else you've got.
Okay.
So it's not just the 1080 programming that shows these things up. That's
So what?
I'm glad you brought that up.
Give me how big is the big one?
77.
Oh.
It's lovely.
And it's only $49.99 for the big that used to be $10,000.
Exactly.
Wow.
Literally half what they kind of started at. Even the Sony OLEDs, because they buy those panels from LG.
Yeah.
They're at lower prices than they've been. They start at $14.99. So LG's moving the needle with this technology, and it's funny. It's in contrast to the Chinese TVs are going up. So the TCLs and the Hisenses and Vizios and these things are the Walmart models are all going to be affected by the tariffs.
They need to come look and see what you're talking about, because you still have the one in the corner over there on the left.
Heck yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you got to go see what that red looks like. It's just you've never seen anything like it. OLED, good vibes. Where are you located?
We're 2010 Round Barn, right next to that DMV you were mentioning.
All right, my friend. Always a pleasure. You keep up your good work. What are your hours?
We're here at 9 a.m. till 6 every day, except Saturday it's 10 to 6.
And you got people that know how the remote control works, can program and set everything up. They can make the wires disappear behind walls. They're amazing.
I just got my talk-to thermostat. I haven't even put it in yet. But I'm going to move my house I'm going to get my house smarter this winter.
I think that'd be fun. You can do that, too. So you can say set the thermometer at 68. It'll do it automatically.
And then tell your dish remote, raise it to 69.
Dang it. So that's amazing. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks, Stevie.
That's Steve Suderman, friend for a long time.
I want that.
It's a reference to Napoleon Dynamite.
Exactly.
Yeah, Good Vibes is out there near the DMV, Round Barn, their new location. Good Vibes. Okay, we're going to break for the news. We'll be right back. America's intolerance. Is it important for people with different political beliefs to even talk to each other? Yes. Isn't it?
Yeah, sure. That's the American way.
We're going to talk to a life coach about this. Stand by.
Pros like you start with Lowe's to find what you need to help customers and the properties you manage stay safe. Like smoke and carbon monoxide alarms, fire extinguishers, security lights, escape ladders, and more. All at great savings. Stop in today and get a 6-pack of BRK hardwired smoke alarms with battery backup, now 15% off. BRK has been protecting homes for over 6 decades, so you can be sure you're installing peace of mind. Whatever you need for this job and every job after, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Valid through 10/20 U.S. only.
Over 30 years ago, Rotary made a promise to the world. A promise that we would eradicate polio. With the help of our partners and friends, we've made incredible progress toward that goal.
We're proud to be part of this global effort to end polio forever, and we'll see it through to the end.
Let's drop to zero. Let's drop to zero.
Rotary International recognizes October as End Polio Month.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Diana Rossini and Stugotz.
So I know that you have, is it fair to say, developed a relationship with Patrick Mahomes? You covered that game last week. You've covered them fairly often. So do you have, is there a relationship there with Patrick Mahomes?
Like, does he talk to me, or are we bros?
Is it a professional?
Oh, yeah,
are you friends?
Well, they're always professionals, Stu.
Because I think people are interested in Patrick Mahomes and what he is like off the football field.
He's just a real, laid back person. He's nice to everyone. And something that he does that no other quarterback does in the league that I've seen of the teams I've covered is he's out on the field around 9:30. Most quarterbacks are coming out 10:30, 11. And in that 1 hour, he just sits on the bench, hangs out with some of the trainers, the coaches, walks around, talks to some fans. He looks like he just really enjoys the experience.
Lowe's helps property maintenance pros save on what they need to do the job right. Like up to 35% off select appliance special values. And through our quote support program, you can get discounts on large volume purchases, like 4-piece kitchen suites as low as $1,169. Save every day on 5-gallon pails of Valspar 2000 interior paint starting at $89.98. Plus, get 5% off eligible purchases every day just by using your Lowe's business credit account. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Appliance offers valid through 10/23. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to credit approval. Exclusions apply. U.S. only.
All right, it's time for some straight talk. You wouldn't pay $100 for seats to a baseball game where you can get the same seats for $50. So why pay more on your wireless when you can get the same 4G LTE networks for up to half the cost? For $45 a month, get our unlimited plan with 25 gigs of high-speed data from Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, only at Walmart.
Savings may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
He calls them clowns. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump reacting to last night's debate, tweeting our economy would crash if any of the Democrats became president. Many of them supported his impeachment.
Trump is the most corrupt president in history of this country.
And I agree with Bernie, Senator Sanders.
Joe Biden, meanwhile, also had to answer questions about Ukraine.
My son did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong.
Fox's Jared Halpern was at the CNN debate, now live in Westerville, Ohio.
The 12-candidate debate was the largest ever in a presidential primary. A field expected to shrink next month as donor and polling requirements are raised.
I think it's good that there are some real challenges.
Former HUD Secretary Julian Castro has not made that November debate. Neither has his fellow Texan, former Congressman Beto O'Rourke. Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren, meantime, was off in the center of last night's debate with a new frontrunner status. Dave.
Jared, Vice President Pence will go to Turkey today, but the Turkish president told Sky News he won't talk to him about a ceasefire, but Secretary of State Mike Pompeo just told Fox Business.
Vice President and I are planning to take off later this afternoon, and we have every expectation that we will meet with President Erdogan.
The U.S. demands Turkey stop attacking Kurdish forces who were U.S. allies in Syria. Pompeo's former advisor, Michael McKinley, will be questioned in private this morning. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi still holding off on a formal vote on the impeachment inquiry like Republicans demand. She says Democrats are united in
the path that we are on in terms of fairness, in terms of seeking the truth.
President Trump tweeted it's fraud and fabrication, adding Republicans are deprived of their rights to lawyers and questions. They whooped it up in Washington.
We swept them!
Nationals fans celebrating their team headed to the World Series for the first time ever after finishing off the St. Louis Cardinals to win the National League pennant. They await the winner of the Astros-Yankees series. America's listening to Fox News.
Okay, forest animals, today is a new day. Kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow.
Yes?
Have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. Okay, River.
Dude.
How's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man. Perfect for a little riverside shoeless relaxation.
Ah, good. Owl, you here? Course. Who's asking? I am. Look, you know the drill. Sleep during the day, scare the kids at night.
Perfect. I love my job.
Oak tree?
What's up?
Still in the same place I left you last year. That's what I like. Consistency.
Well, it's not like I'm going anywhere for the next couple hundred years.
I know. I love it. Turtle. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. You'd think he would have learned by now to leave the night before our meetings. Okay. Squirrel. Has anybody seen Mr. Squirrel?
The forest has been preparing just for you. Visit a forest near you today. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
There was anger last night in Fort Worth, Texas. That was at a city council meeting, people chanting they don't feel safe following Saturday's shooting that has a white, now ex-cop charged with murder. Aaron Dean quit the police force Monday after their shooting and killing a black woman while responding to a call from a neighbor suspicious of an open door at the house.
Tatiana Jefferson's brother, Adarius Carr, calls the murder charge against 34-year-old former police officer Aaron Dean a first step, but says he's not the only one responsible for his sister's death.
Whoever sent him out failed him. The training failed him.
The city shot me.
The city and police force continue apologizing after the officer shot through Jefferson's window early Saturday morning during a welfare check without identifying himself. The former officer's likely defense: Jefferson's nephew tells investigators she pointed a gun at the window before she was shot. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
A case of road rage has two brothers charged in Missouri.
Police in St. Louis say two brothers with a history of aggressive confrontations are now charged with shooting a man in a road rage incident. The victim, Scott Thomas, survived being shot in his chest and side while stopped on the side of the road as he tried to get the brother's license plate number after a driving incident. The victim's 4 kids in the car, the youngest only 3, were not harmed. Police say the Marino brothers had restraining orders against them by a neighbor they threatened with guns. Evan Brown, Fox News.
We just got some news on the economy this morning showing we didn't buy as much last month. Retail sales dropped 0.3% in September. That's the biggest decline in 7 months. However, part of the drop was just us paying lower gas prices. On Wall Street, stocks could drop at the opening bell. Dow futures down about 50 points the day after the Dow's 237-point surge higher. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. The Champaign School Board has agreed to a settlement and release agreement with the CFO, Tom Lockman. He had been put on paid leave by the district on June 17th. The News Gazette says under the deal, Lockman agrees to resign from his job effective December 31st and take an unpaid leave of absence until then. The district will pay Lockman close to $152,000 less applicable taxes and withholding by January 10th of next year. He'll also get money from unused vacation time through next month. 2 suspects have been arrested in connection to a robbery at Regions Bank that happened midday yesterday. Champaign police responded to the bank for a reported robbery involving shots fired. They determined that an armed robbery had occurred with gunfire believed to have been discharged inside the business. Police arrested a 16-year-old male and an 18-year-old male who's been identified as Dakir Pickens. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
Being of service to others is truly what brings me happiness. I'm John Farney, mortgage lender at Molitor Financial Group in Champaign. Buying a home is the biggest purchase you'll ever make. No one should go it alone. That's why before I began my career with Molitor, I was a customer. I know the service Molitor provides. It's the type of service I've provided throughout my career. And while the service I provide may have changed, my commitment has not. You can't get a more dedicated local lender than J.J. Farney. Visit me at MolitorFinancial.com.
NMLS number 1810670. Molitor Financial Group is an Illinois mortgage licensed.
Kansas. Performing the 7 million selling album, Point of No Return, in its entirety for the very first time. Kansas. Friday, October 18th, Virginia Theater. America's legendary progressive rock band, Kansas. A more than 2-hour Kansas musical event, including deep cuts, fan favorites, and hits that helped make rock classic. Tickets on sale now at thevirginia.org. Presented by Live Nation.
There's a time for work. There's a time for play. There's a time to do things you don't do every day. There's a place to go for tools and machines and people with knowledge about these things. We've been here since 53 to meet your rental needs. When the time comes, we're the place for everything. Rental City.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands. Here's a great offer from Lands. For a limited time, we're offering instant rebates up to $1,000 or special long-term financing with approved credit on qualifying training systems. That's $1,000 in instant rebates or special financing. Call Lands for details or find us online at landsinc.com. And remember, it's hard to stop a train. Any season, anytime, you can count on Lands.
See Lands or visit train.com for complete program eligibility dates, details, and restrictions.
If your engine or transmission isn't running the way it should and you're not prepared to invest cash in a different vehicle, Long's Garage in Urbana puts miles back into the one you're driving by installing a Jasper remanufactured engine or transmission. Jasper Engines and Transmissions backs their products with a nationwide 3-year, 100,000-mile parts and labor warranty. Call Long's Garage in Urbana at 367-3942 and ask for a Jasper remanufactured product.
This is what Flo from Progressive sounds like in one of our commercials. You may have seen one there on TV occasionally.
And speaking of motorcycle insurance rates, did you know that our basic motorcycle policies start at just $75 a year? And speaking of insurance, I just love...
And this is how that same commercial sounds on your motorcycle. Yeah, everything's better on a bike. Progressive keeps you on yours. Get a quote in as little as 3 minutes at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Annual premium for basic liability policy not available in all states.
All right, looks pretty darn good. ESPN 93.5 3-day weather forecast from the National Weather Service. Diane Ducey.
A little cloudy this morning, and we've got a high of 60 expected, 36 our low tonight, 63 with partly cloudy conditions tomorrow, 65 on Friday, 67 on Saturday, 72 on Sunday.
Yeah, nice.
Warmer and warmer as we progress, but a little on the cooler side today. We're currently at 43 on ESPN 93.5.
Well, would you want to spend a few days sitting down with people talking about issues that are important to voters in the United States? What if the people came from all corners of the political spectrum? How do you think the conversations would go? Founder of Elite Coach University, Master Life Coach, author of the book Unlock Your Power, it's Speaker Kay Miller. Kay, how are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm so excited to talk about this topic because we have such a division in this country. Mm-hmm. There's so much rhetoric, and it's like Fight Club in high school where they surrounded you saying, fight, fight, fight.
Yeah.
And instead, people like Ellen are finally stopping the crazy bus and putting down the bottle of crazy pills and saying, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to actually be tolerant. How about that?
Wait a minute. You're talking about the right-winger? Ellen DeGeneres? Yeah, right. Right-winger.
But she said that she would not, she's absolutely not getting on the crazy bus. She stopped the crazy train. She said, I am not going to participate. I'm going to actually practice tolerance. We need to ride that like a tsunami.
Yeah, but what you said crazy train, and there are people on the left that call you crazy and a right-winger, Kay, for saying that. That's how ridiculous it's gotten.
But it's the crazy train of intolerance where we call ourselves tolerant. That's the crazy train.
Yeah.
Not the individuals on either side of the chasm, but when you pump out or when people are hearing nothing but nonstop propaganda and the fight, the call to fight is coming out of Washington where they tell you to hunt people down and attack, that's causing a civil war of words and attack. Where if you're on one side or the other, it doesn't matter. The atmosphere is fight. And what Ellen's doing is saying, I'm going to actually practice tolerance, and can't we all just get along, and can't we all agree that it's okay that we disagree? That's where we need to take things. That's where we need to steer this crazy train and stop it from the trajectory it's currently on. And it seems like Ellen has been inoculated from that whole fight, and she just said calmly, I'm not going to. This is my friend. We agree to disagree. I love him anyway.
Yeah, but there are Hollywood leftists that really blistered Ellen for that, and I think that is crazy train stuff, as you say. But Kay, how do we change the course of this? I mean, how does this ever stop without Donald Trump being out of office? Because there are those that no matter what, I mean, here's all the Democrats for 100 years say, get out of these wars. He got out of a war, and now they're mad at Trump. I mean, there's nothing the man can do that will bring them any joy. Nothing except leave.
We need to start a new movement. Let's just love each other. Let's all get along. Let's all agree that it's okay to disagree.
See, that's exactly that's Marianne Williamson. They took her off the debate stage. Marianne Williamson was talking about love. What they do? Baby. They kicked her out. They just kicked her out.
Well, the way to start the new narrative is to sit down with those, but first you have to test the waters. You don't know if you're dealing with a grizzly bear or a teddy bear. You can't broach the topic or start a conversation with anybody unless you first test the waters, because the pressure cooker of hate and anger and intolerance has been taken up to such a degree that the pot is ready to explode. So you have to test the individual that you're talking with to see if they're even capable of a civil, tolerant conversation first. If they are, then you can engage by asking them the why questions. why do you feel that way?
Yeah.
And sincerely ask the questions and really dig for the treasures of their why. When you do that, you can begin to find out what they're basing it on. If they're basing it on nothing but pure rhetoric and they have no foundation for it, end of conversation. You can't really have a conversation with someone that isn't intellectual and with foundation. That is capable of intellectualizing it and providing you with some sort of legitimate foundation to why they feel the way they do. If they've merely been propagandized, then you can't engage in that conversation.
Kay Miller, what's the title of your book? Keys to Everything?
The Keys to Everything. They can go to the website, thekeystoeverything.com, teaching you how to forgive, how to get along, how to love one another, and the Look Inside videos on the website.
Listen, I read the entire 1 Corinthians 13, all the way up to Love Never Fails, and I said, let's all try and do that for 10 minutes. And if we make 10, let's go to 15, huh?
Agreed.
Kay Miller, nice to meet you. Good luck with everything. Nice to chat.
Thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure. Kay Miller's her name.
ESPN 93.5.
Quarter after. Going to check your sports next.
Lace up your running shoes Sunday, November 3rd to make this year's Illini Dads Weekend a special one by participating in the Illini Dads Association inaugural 5K Fun Run. Registration starts at 7 a.m. with the run beginning at 8:30. Located on the beautiful University of Illinois Arboretum at 2001 South Lincoln Avenue in Urbana. We'll be there on race day playing music, handing out goodies, and sharing in the experience. Plus, Illini Athletic Director Josh Whitman will lead the runners and walkers as they make their way through the park. It's the Illini Dads Association inaugural 5K Fun Run on Sunday, November 3rd. Cost is $35 per person, is open to everyone, and it includes a commemorative t-shirt. The Illini Dads Association is the longest-running collegiate parent association in the country. Visit IlliniDads.com to register today. That's IlliniDads.com.
Right now, the Home Depot makes replacing your old carpet easy with more styles and colors to choose from. There's no better time to buy with free installation on any carpet purchase of $499 or more, all by licensed local pros, backed for life. Today is the day for doing and saving with free carpet installation only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. For a limited time, $4.99 minimum purchase required. Typically $6.99. For license information, visit homedepot.com/license numbers. Valid through November 6, 2019.
Houlihan's has terrific drink specials and happy apps from 4 to 6 p.m. weekdays and all day on Sunday.
Start your week off with the half-price draft beer.
Then half-priced bottles of wine on Tuesdays.
Also on Tuesdays, they have music live in the lounge from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. with some great local talent combos entertaining folks while they dine at Houlihan's.
A great choice for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and Sunday brunch, 9 to 2.
Houlihan's in the iHotel and Conference Center at 1st and St. Mary's Road.
Message and data rates may apply. Please do not text and drive. See purple.com for terms and conditions.
And now for an important announcement. Do you, or does someone you know, sweat the bed? Do you ever wake up feeling like you've been sleeping on a slip and slide? Sweating the bed is a serious but a common problem that affects your sleep, health, and happiness. Plus, it's just plain gross. But it's not you. It's your mattress. Fortunately, there is a cure. It's called Purple. Purple is the only mattress with a scientifically engineered smart comfort grid. This patented technology is designed to let air flow freely so you sleep cool. Side effects of sleeping on Purple include sleeping better, feeling better, and, well, honestly, smelling better. Try the Purple mattress risk-free for 100 nights and never sweat the bed again. And for a limited time, pick a free Purple product with your mattress purchase by texting TRIAL to 84888. The coolest sleep of your life and a free Purple product by texting TRIAL to 84888. That's TRIAL to 84888.
All right, sports headlines.
Well, left-handed Patrick Corbin ended up being a pretty good pitcher for the Cardinals to go up against when he struck out 10 in the first 4 innings. That's never happened, I guess, in postseason. Yeah. Struck out 12 overall. But the Nationals end up winning, shutting down the Cardinals. But we got 4 runs at least.
Yeah.
I mean, that's better than
none. Yeah.
7-4 was the final. And the Nationals move on to the World Series.
Well, they only struck out 14 last night. Okay, 16 the night before, 30 strikeouts for the Cardinals in 2 games. Not so good. Not so good.
Washington Nationals are hot in the bullpen, and they're pitching overall. Astros win over the New York Yankees 4-1. Now Houston is up 2-1. NFL trending story right now is the Trey Flowers call. The second one, hands to face call. They shouldn't have been punished for that. So NFL Executive Vice President of Football Operations, Troy Vincent, is making the stink out of this. Well, who cares?
Well,
Game's over.
The referees in the NFL are struggling. I mean, there's just been a lot.
Should they review every play?
Well, they're just not having their best season. There's several games now that have just totally been blunders by the NFL referees. Yeah. It's been, I think it's hard to officiate, but I think they're struggling as a group. Let's check your weather.
Partly cloudy and windy today. High 55, low 36. 59 the high tomorrow, down to 36 again. 65 on Friday, up to 67 Saturday with partly cloudy conditions. Showers late and maybe coming into Sunday, but then a high 71. Right now the temperature's at 43. ESPN 93.5.
I got to check your Fox Business Minute. Come back here. Talk some more. Again, Cardinals, the season is over. But I'm glad they made it. They won a series.
That's right.
It was just an odd year because it was frustrating, but yet they did all that. They won 4 in Wrigley really some good things.
That's right.
But just, it'd be interesting off season too for the Cubs and Cardinals.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
There's a disappointing report on the economy. Retail sales declined in September, slipping 0.3%. Economists were predicting an increase. It's the first monthly decline since February. Excluding auto sales, retail sales slipped 0.1%. However, revised numbers indicate retail sales rose in August by 0.6%, more than previously estimated. Bank of America saw business improve in the summer in its consumer, wealth, and commercial businesses. Its earnings were stronger than expected. Your purchases on the Apple Card are not being reported to credit bureaus. MarketWatch says a source close to Goldman Sachs, which issues the card, says companies will begin reporting the information later this year. The issue is believed to be related to the card being a brand new product. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
I'm Maria Bartiromo from Fox Business. My parents lived the American dream. My father cooked in his restaurant. I was the coat check girl. Today, I'm still working the hardest I've ever worked, giving my viewers every tool I can to help them succeed.
I'm Stuart Varney from Fox Business. My first investment, traveling the world for about 5 years and ending up right here in America. Damn good investment, actually. Fox Business.
Invested in you.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. At Provident, our job is to help people plan for and get through some of life's toughest challenges. Our mission is to provide each of our clients with individualized strategies, premier service, and independent thinking to help them achieve their financial goals. Contact us today at 3017 Village Office Place, Champaign. Call 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Did you know overall job satisfaction is at its highest level in 15 years? Wow. 51%. Wait, what? That's barely half. Would you see a doctor with 51% patient satisfaction? No way. Yet 49% of you keep driving to that unsatisfying job. Why? You have options. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. You could start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Classes meet just twice a week. It's not rocket science. It's My Computer Career. mycomputercareer.edu.
Did you know the manufacturing industry employs more than 11,700 women and men in Champaign County? Join Champaign County EDC and the Atkins Group as we celebrate National Manufacturing Day and Illinois Manufacturing Month this October. Local companies like Latania Sports Group, APL Engineered Materials, and Apprentice are opening their doors to the public for tours, and we're proud to celebrate their contribution to our local economy. To learn more and register for these tours, visit mfgday.com. That's mfgday.com.
Save the date for trick-or-treating with the stars. It's back. Sunday, October 27th in the Ubben Basketball Practice Facility at 4th and St. Mary in Champaign from 3 to 5. Free candy, autographs from the U of I women's basketball team and coaching staff, Powered by the U of I Community Credit Union, the Department of Athletics at Illinois, ChampagneMoms.com, and ESPN 93.5. Visit ESPNCU.com.
So scary.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Witchy witch.
Ooh. Dick Van Dyke Appliance World will help you if you need an appliance or three. Fun to shop for appliances. You might get a little sticker shock because it's been a while, but you can go low and just get a basic fridge, like with the freezer up top and something.
Yep.
They've got those.
Mm-hmm.
They've also got the bells and the whistles. And a little light comes on when you do the ice and all that.
Yeah.
It's Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, located in Champaign on Neal Street as you drive toward the mall. Before you get the I-74 interchange, you'll be on the right-hand side as you're driving north. Maytag, Electrolux, Bosch, Frigidaire, GE, Whirlpool, and more. They're talking low prices, best selection of appliances in all central Illinois. And they treat you like royalty. Plus, you're going to get their free 10-year protection plan.
Wow.
That'll come in handy. Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, the place you'll want to visit. Check them out. Again, Champaign location just south of I-74 on Neal, or go online, appliance-world.com, appliance-world.com.
I had a great experience yesterday with the pink out at the volleyball game as Unity beat the Monticello Sages. And I just want to say, with $1,000 coming in donations at a volleyball game.
That's good.
Really good stuff.
That's
and to
good.
see the whole, pink student section and everything. I'm just having so much fun in Anna Jean's senior year.
Wow.
And every time she does something, I'm like, oh, this is the last time she's going to dance at the volleyball game. And then coming up is senior night for the football team and
Already?
the dancers on Friday.
Already?
I know it.
Where's the season going?
Exactly.
Man. All right, 8:25. I don't know why, but Jim Gaffigan, who's been out there for 20 or 30 years, he has really started. His star is rising.
I saw him on the Sunday morning program on CBS, kind of an Andy Rooney role.
That would be a great role for him.
Exactly.
But he's 53 years old. He was born in Elgin.
Okay.
He's an Illinois guy.
I didn't know that.
Jim Gaffigan talks camping.
To be fair, it is beautiful during the day, but at night you're always like, we're all gonna die! There's monsters out there! I see their eyes! I probably wouldn't be so scared if I wasn't sleeping in a bag. Hey, let's prepackage ourselves for the serial killer, huh? I can't get away, can you? I can hop for a little, but I'm dead meat. You ever have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night? You always look at your friends. Nice knowing you. Anyone want to come and get killed with me, or you want to get killed looking for me? We're all dead. It's not just serial killers. There's bears out there. Last time I went, I got this pamphlet that said if a bear approaches, you're supposed to play dead. Really? We're going to rely on my acting skills? Play dead? Who came up with that? Maybe the bears? Play dead, cover yourself in honey, climb on a large white plate. Don't try to run away from us. I mean the bears. How does that even work? There's a bear. Hope the bear thinks we die standing up. As if bears have some ethical code. I don't mess with dead bodies. I'm a bear, not an animal. That was the worst impression of a bear ever. Play dead. I'm not saying that strategy didn't work once, but when they find a body that's been mauled by a bear, how do they know that guy wasn't playing dead? Maybe he was the best at it. And the bear was like, great performance, but I'm starving. And he looks like a burrito. Why are we even camping where there's wild animals? That wouldn't be a selling point for anything else. Oh, it's a beautiful golf course. Plus, around the 9th hole, there's a pack of wolves. They start running at you, just play through.
He's there tomorrow night. He's in town, Jim Gaffigan at the State Farm Center tomorrow night. All right, 8:28, legal expert Wendy Patrick, stand by.
You work hard. From the day-to-day operations of your farm to planning for the future, Busey's team understands the unique challenges you face. With farm management, brokerage, and financing solutions tailored to your needs, we can help ensure your hard work pays off now and into the future. Visit Busey.com or stop by one of our many convenient locations for solutions to your banking and wealth management needs. Busey, your dream, our promise. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, Joe, you got that spreadsheet for me?
Yeah, 1 second, Larry. Let me pull it up. Where'd it go?
Hey, I'm going to need that spreadsheet ASAP, Joe.
Yeah, sure, Larry. Just 1 second. It's gone. Everything's gone. My emails, my spreadsheets, my fantasy football league.
This is Joe. Don't be like Joe. Give Area Wide Technologies in Champaign a call at 359-8041. They'll make sure your work setup is secure and running smoothly. Then you won't be in a situation like Joe.
This Metler tip is brought to you by Matthew Gordon, Doctor of Physical Therapy with Metler Center. I'm having pain in my knee. What should I do?
Did you know that a lot of what happens at your knee is determined by what happens in the foot, ankle, and hip? If you are having knee pain, try strengthening your hip muscles, specifically the ones on the side, by performing resisted sidestepping and single leg hip hikers. These exercises can strengthen the muscles of the hip and thus improve your knee dynamics and pain.
Do you have a question for a physical therapist? Go to metlercenter.com and click Ask an Expert.
Combine an elegant atmosphere with delectable dishes that seem to melt in your mouth, and you have a dining experience at Miga Restaurant in downtown Champaign. Miga Restaurant serves as the perfect place for you to relax and reward your hunger for delicious food. It's all about high-quality ingredients, freshly cooked, with care and attention. Miga Restaurant. What are you waiting for? Enjoy Urbana Park District events year-round. The Senior Club for people age 50 plus meets the second Tuesday of each month at noon. Inquire about the potluck meal with entertainment. Meet friends new and old. Members like trips and excursions of all interests. Residents pay just $12 and $15 for non-residents. Want more information about the Senior Club with the Urbana Park District? Call 367-1544 or go online to urbanaparks.org. That's urbanaparks.org.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Turkey's President Erdogan says he'll only speak with President Trump about a ceasefire in Syria, not Vice President Pence or Secretary of State Mike Pompeo when they fly to Turkey today. Pompeo says he expects to speak with Erdogan.
We need them to stand down. We need a ceasefire, at which point we can begin to put this all back together again.
Secretary Pompeo on Fox Business Network. All 12 candidates at the Democrats' debate in Ohio say they agree with impeachment. Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders on CNN.
No one is above the law, and that includes the President of the United States.
The idea that we have a President of the United States who is prepared to hold back national security money to one of our allies in order to get dirt on a presidential candidate is beyond comprehension.
Warren took the most shots from the other Democrats on stage as a now co-frontrunner in the polls with Joe Biden. America's listening to Fox News.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. 2 suspects have been arrested in connection to a robbery at Regions Bank that happened midday yesterday. Champaign police responded to the bank for a reported robbery involving shots fired. They determined that an armed robbery had occurred with gunfire believed to have been discharged inside the business. No one was hurt by gunfire, but one employee had a head injury from being assaulted by a suspect. Police arrested a 16-year-old male and an 18-year-old male who's been identified as Dakir Pickens. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker and his wife have released partial federal and state income tax returns. They reported $6.2 million in income last year and paid $216,000 in Illinois taxes. They got a federal tax refund of $400,000 applied to future taxes. Trusts benefiting Pritzker paid another $5.3 million in Illinois taxes and $29 million in federal taxes. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
Honda BMW, where I'm sending you if you want a car, truck, van, Honda, BMW, or pre-owned.
Mm-hmm.
They can pretty much take care of it for you.
One of my friends has 2 Odysseys because they're so fabulous.
Well, they ride great.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the CRVs and Civics right now.
And he actually does camping in the Odyssey.
Nope.
Just throws a mattress in the back, takes a seat out. It's all good.
Been there, done that. Yeah, in fact, when we were camping, we were in the Honda Odyssey, and when the tent collapsed due to heavy snow, we thought bears were attacking us. Seriously.
Speaking of the Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah, no, exactly. So Christian and I, anyway, the other, Grace and Benjamin jumped in with Nathaniel and Janet, and then Christian and I went to the Odyssey. I slept on the recliners.
Uh-huh.
And the Odyssey van slept great.
So if you're looking for an RV and you can't afford that,
get the Odyssey. Yeah. It's Honda BMW. They'll take care of you. Ben Quattrone's the man. Go see him. He's great. They're an award-winning dealer. Honda BMW, drivechampagne.com, drivechampagne.com, and off of Neil at Burwash in Savoy. I think we're going here tonight. Looking for a place to host your company or organization's holiday party? Looking for great food and drink options? Look no further than Gifford's Long Branch Steakhouse. Donnie and the crew would love to host your private celebration Sunday, Monday, or Tuesdays in downtown Gifford. Steaks, seafood, chops, chicken, ribs, and more. Call 568-7722 for details. That's 568-7722. And don't forget gift certificates from Long Branch make great stocking stuffers. Yeah, I think we're doing that big old prime rib.
When it comes to meat, Donnie has so much experience.
Well, he's cutting it off the thing.
I know.
Whatever the thing is.
He has all the experience that we don't.
But he has all this blue cheese topping that we put on the prime rib.
And the homemade salad dressings, the just comfort food is delicious. Downtown Gifford, Long Branch.
25-minute drive for us.
And you can go to radiorefunds.com and save some money.
Good point. I just put a few certificates up there.
There we go.
For Long Branch Steakhouse. I can never remember to tell you this. So Long Branch Steakhouse, $20 for 10. So why not? Ooh, that's a great idea. One certificate per visit, though.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's check your weather.
High 53, some clouds and windy conditions today. Winds over 20 miles per hour from the northwest. 36 our low tonight. Up to 59 tomorrow, down to 36. Partly cloudy Friday with a high 65, low 46. And mid-60s over the weekend. 71 by Sunday. Not bad. 44 now on ESPN 93.5.
All right, talk to Wendy Patrick, legal expert, here in just a moment. Illinois and Wisconsin. It is frankly a bummer that we have homecoming when a lot of people will come back, and there are a lot of festivities, and we've got to play one of the best teams in America. Not just a really good team; they're one of the best. They're Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, Wisconsin. I mean, they're that, and this is one of their best teams they've ever had. And that's my homecoming opponent.
I know.
Why couldn't we switch the Rutgers game out and have Rutgers come in?
But then the dads would be mad. That's Dad's Day weekend at the beginning of November.
True. Yeah. So why don't we just cancel the Wisconsin game altogether? Can't I do that? Can I get Akron?
I got a calf coming on.
Why not bring Akron back? We liked Akron.
There you go.
That's a good, solid football team that I want to play every single Saturday. It's just, hey, man, we all feel it. We want them. There's nobody feels it more than Josh Whitman and Lovie Smith, and they're, sleeping there. I mean, they're trying. It's just, can they? And everybody knows what needs to be done. You need to win. But it, I guess, just isn't that darned easy.
We got a couple of injuries. Not that anybody talks about it. Not that we know what's going on at all. I don't get that.
Well, Lovie doesn't talk about injuries. I guess. So we don't know about this Brandon Peters, whether he's back or not back. And I guess from the standpoint of theoretically, it's who do you prepare for? Unfortunately, this game is a tough matchup, and I don't know if Wisconsin cares who's the quarterback. It doesn't matter.
You're right.
It doesn't matter.
I guess.
But normally, for the Rutgers game, now that's a game I think we're going to kick some butt.
Right. We've got Purdue in between.
Yeah, at Purdue's going to be tricky. Mm-hmm. They beat Maryland 40-14. I didn't see that coming. So Purdue's been dealing with all kinds of stuff, too, with injuries and things, but... Anyway, again, it's hard because nobody wanted to win more than Lovie Smith, and I think they're good people. But the facts are that we expected a lot more, and it isn't happening. Now, there's 6 more games, and maybe you shock the world a couple of times, and maybe you will. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, we scored 25 straight points on Michigan. We made it, or was it 18 straight points? Whatever it was, we ran up to 28-25 against Michigan, and that's a ranked team. And so that's encouraging. So there's blips of, wow, that was great. Mm-hmm. I thought a lot of Nebraska, we were winning against Nebraska fourth quarter. So it's not like we're a million miles away. We're miles away, but we're not millions of miles. So you just got to somehow make something happen. Score the 2 defensive touchdowns and score 3 offensive touchdowns and win. Is something like that. And maybe we will. And boy, won't that be a lift. And we just got to beat somebody we're not supposed to. We just have to. And it's just hard. And it's no fun talking about coaches and changes. We've just been through it too much.
That's right.
I just want to stay and win. I just want to keep everybody here and just win everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then it's basketball. And we are optimistic about Illinois basketball.
Yes,
Brad Underwood's team coming in third team. And it looks to be projected at least an NCAA team, and that's going to be the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of NCAA or bust for the basketball team, I think. So, all right, back in a moment, 8:39, ESPN 93.5. Hey, it's Stevie J. Like many, I knew all about Game Day Spirits Illini gear, but I wasn't so knowledgeable about the corporate apparel they do. But they do really great work. I've had some shirts done, and some of my employees have too. They're very high quality and perfect for your business or organization. If you need something in the summer, need something in the winter, Game Day Spirit does custom screen printing and embroidery for every season or style. From blue collar to the boardroom, they have you covered with corporate apparel. Get a quote. Email sales@gamedayspirit.com and you'll be pleased.
Homer Opera House presents She Kills Monsters, a play framed in the nerdy world of Dungeons & Dragons. This play features humor, some LGBTQ topics, as well as the emotional trauma of having lost someone close to you, all while fighting bugbears and beholders. The performances will be held at the Homer Opera House, October 18th, 19th, and 20th, and then on October 25th, 26th, and 27th. Friday and Saturday evening performances will be at 7:30 p.m., and Sunday performances at 2:30. Come out to the Homer Opera House to experience this amazing play.
Right now, the Home Depot makes replacing your old carpet easy with more styles and colors to choose from. There's no better time to buy, with free installation on any carpet purchase of $499 or more, all by licensed local pros. Backed for life. Today is the day for doing and saving with free carpet installation only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. For a limited time, $4.99 minimum purchase required. Typically $6.99. For license information, visit homedepot.com/license numbers. Valid through November 6, 2019.
Like chatting with attorney Wendy Patrick. She's in San Diego, California. Beautiful city. How are you, Wendy?
Hey, good morning.
Good to have you on, as always. We like talking legal issues. Pointing a finger gun lands 12-year-old Johnson County student in handcuffs.
What?
Yep. What do you got on that?
Let me give you a little more facts.
Okay.
Let me give you a little more facts. And that's everybody's initial reaction as to what are you talking about? Well, it's true. We live in times that are heightened alerts on schools. It's not an easy time to be a teenager in the wake of so many mass shootings, many on school campuses. But this particular case allegedly involved, and again, this is just through the reporting that we've seen, a young lady being asked if you could, kill 5 people at the school, who would you kill? She made a finger pistol out of her hand and pointed to 5 students and then I guess pointed it at her own head. Now that mirrors the kind of mass carnage we've seen around the country. So what she was arrested for and charged with was not pointing a finger gun, but felony threatening. Now, why is that important? That it insinuates there's more to the story in terms of why the students were affected and why they felt threatened. This is a case where you actually had this come to light through students calling into a school's anti-bullying tip line and relaying what this young lady had done. Her mother, of course, has come out and say, no, it's my daughter who was bullied. So you already have dueling narratives as to how exactly this went down.
Right.
But it brings up a really good point. When you are 12, she's now 13, but when you are that young, should incidents like this be dealt with hand-holding or handcuffs? Now, thankfully, this did not involve a perp walk of this student through campus in handcuffs. It was done outside, and apparently there was some discretion that was used. But this is a very stressful situation for her to now be in, facing felony charges. The fact that the local prosecutor's office brought charges is another reason I say there's got to be more to the story. And she wasn't charged with using a finger pistol or a hand gesture or whatever you want to call that kind of a crime, but she was charged with threatening, which probably was in connection with something else in addition to that.
Okay, I'm sure there's always lots more, but it also brings in if somebody does a throat slashing thing and points at you, should you arrest them? If they do that every day.
It's funny. I've been using throat slashing as an example all morning on the radio. That you're right on the money. Because that's exactly right. Yeah. That's something that everybody can understand. Can you imagine walking down the street and seeing these gestures and thinking, oh, they're just kidding? Not if you know people involved, and maybe particularly if you don't. Right. But gestures matter more than words sometimes if the action being insinuated is something threatening like this, methods of killing.
Or somebody gives you the one-finger salute and says, I'm going to kill you. Do you arrest them? I mean,
remember that you can't arrest on these things. You've got to have a crime that's committed. So in this Kansas case, those gestures were the basis and were taken into connection with the words, something else. What I'm saying is, we do have a free speech, but you can't utter a threat. But you've got to meet the elements of a criminal threat. Yeah. Not every hand gesture in and of itself without the kind of accompanying evidence will make that cut. So that's why all these cases are important. You remember the Baltimore case, the Pop-Tart gun?
Yeah.
This is the student that chewed a pastry into the shape of a gun and was suspended. That was very factually dissimilar to the facts and circumstances in this case. That was, he drew attention to his work. That's true, but it was not accompanied, at least allegedly, with the kind of threats that we have here. And, it's so dicey to begin with, to be getting into the heads of young people who are, and can you imagine how traumatic it would be to be under arrest for a felony when you're 13 years old? Yeah. So we've got to decide, how to vet these cases and then how to properly get them through the criminal justice system. Many of these cases end up, by the way, being diverted. Looking at the way in which counseling can be. It's counseling instead of custody, and they don't have a permanent criminal record. I
think it's tantamount to you got to take, in this heightened awareness, as you say, you got to take everything seriously, because if you don't, then you're in trouble for that. And then it's kind of like taking your shoes off at the airport because one guy tried to light a match in his toe. I mean, it's just kind of, you got to react now because that's a thing. So it's not easy, certainly, for law enforcement and school officials to deal with all this stuff. And then with the advent of social media and crazy smartphone use, it's unbelievable. Quickly, Wendy, the other one I wanted to ask you about is, a woman leaves a scathing review on Yelp at the DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles, California, because the driver instructor flunked her child. Yeah, that's bad to leave a bad review. You can't get off of Yelp, but what does it matter? I still got to go to DMV to get a test, right? I'm not going to not go because it's got a bad review.
And here's what, let me just build on that great foundation you just established. Not only that, but when you do go to the DMV to get your test, you have absolutely no choice in who they assign. Yeah. Yelp, by its own terms, and this is their own quote, they connect consumers with great local businesses by giving them access to useful and reliable information. Well, is it useful and reliable to know that my instructor failed another child? Someone's saying, hey, this instructor should go on and post a rebuttal. This young lady was a lousy driver, or whatever she wants to say. But it also begs the question as to whether this is the proper social media outlet, if you even want to call Yelp a social media platform. Is this the right forum to post this type of a grievance, or was there another more appropriate way to do it?
Yep.
It's kind of an off-label use of Yelp, isn't it? It's not. Yeah. You don't normally go on there hoping to see instructor ratings from the DMV because, as you rightly point out, we all got to go.
Yeah.
Wendy, there was a text in talking about Kathy Griffin and why wasn't she attested for holding Trump's decapitated head?
Why wasn't she? Oh, you mean on Yelp or just in general?
She held her
crucified.
Well, Kathy Griffin held the decapitated head of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Why isn't that a threat to the president? And why would that? I think she had apologized and all that. But I just wonder.
Well, remember that we analyzed that. We even analyzed Madonna saying she was going to blow up the White House.
Right.
Even though you look at these things and you say, oh, they're comedians. And remember Johnny Depp. How would an actor assassinate a president? I mean, I could go on and on.
Yeah.
All of these instances, at first blush, are made by comedians, people trying to get attention. But that doesn't mean that there wasn't a Secret Service investigation.
Yes.
So you don't want that knock on your door, even if everybody's going to know you didn't mean it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Wendy Patrick, always a pleasure. Thank you, attorney at law. How do people connect with Wendy Patrick?
WendyPatrickPhD.com. Always a pleasure to have me. Thank you.
Always a pleasure. 847 from San Diego, Wendy Patrick, ESPN 93.5.
I like it sweet. I like it hot. I like it cheesy. I'm loving that Wednesday's Italian Beef Day at Rosati's Pizza. We get great specials going on all the time, but when Wednesday rolls around, it's all about the Italian beef. Get the sandwich, the fries, and the drink, all for just $9.99. It's what I have for lunch every Wednesday. Stop by and see me and the crew, or let us bring one to you. We deliver to all of Champaign, Urbana, and Savoy. Call us at 328-2334 or visit us at 701 South Gregory in Urbana. Hope to see you soon.
As a farmer, your bank account should adapt to your seasonal activities. FarmWise is a customized financial services suite of products for all farm sizes. Checking accounts earning 0.50 annual percentage yield, operating lines of credit, equipment loans, and mobile online services. Heck, you can transfer money to pay down a loan from the seat of your tractor or combine. Don't miss out on FarmWise, brought to you by Prospect Bank, the Opportunity Bank. Online at bankprospect.com, equal housing lender, member FDIC, certain restrictions apply.
At Sport Clips Haircuts, we're on a mission to help our veterans with their education. In 2013, we established the VFW Sport Clips Help a Hero Scholarship Program. With the help of your generous donations, we've raised over $6 million and awarded more than 1,400 scholarships across the country. Visit Sport Clips today and help a hero. And on Veterans Day, November 11th, Sport Clips will donate an additional $1 for every haircut we give. Help us continue this honorable mission.
Hey, another week, another great, successful grill and chill with Ben from the U of I Meat Sales Room. I mean, they just keep getting better. They're all great. He cooked us bacon cheeseburgers. Kent Brown and Illini AD Josh Whitman, well, they just happened to be here, and guess what? They got them, and they were like, wow. Well, next up, Ben's going to be back in a few weeks to get you ready for the Rutgers tailgate on Monday, October 28th. You can join us for the next grill and chill. Just stop by the station, 2702 Boulder Drive in Urbana on the 28th. It's Grilling and Chilling with the U of I Meat Sales Room, Monday, October 28th on the Drive.
Nationals beat the St. Louis Cardinals 7-4. Now they're on to the World Series after that mediocre May when they were 19-31. They really are hot here in October as the National League Championship Series was won by the Washington Nationals. On the American League side, Houston is up 2-1 after beating the Yankees 4-1 yesterday. Trent Frazier makes a watch list for Jerry West Shooting Guard Award yesterday. On Monday, Ayo Dosunmu was on a 20-player preseason list for the Bob Cossey Point Guard Award. Yesterday in NBA action, Minnesota over the Indiana Pacers 119-111. That's essentially sports. I'm Diane Ducey.
Right now, the Home Depot makes replacing your old carpet easy with more styles and colors to choose from. There's no better time to buy with free installation on any carpet purchase of $499 or more, all by licensed local pros, backed for life. Today is the day for doing and saving with free carpet installation only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. For a limited time, $4.99 minimum purchase required. Typically $6.99. For license information, visit homedepot.com/license numbers. Valid through November 6, 2019.
GNC is the name you know, but we want to know yours as well. Also your health, fitness, nutrition habits, wellness goals, and more. In other words, your complete profile. GNC for You is personalized daily packs of the industry's best vitamins and supplements designed just for you and shipped right to your door every month. And it all starts at GNCforyou.com with a free lifestyle quiz that starts with your name. Don't take someone else's vitamins. You don't need to, because there's GNC for You.
Hello, this is Shane Coulter from Country Arbors Nursery. Country Arbors is having our biggest sale of the year. Every plant in the nursery is at least 20% off, with select plants up to 50% off. These aren't merely leftover plants from the spring. We've been bringing in fresh new plants to keep the nursery fully stocked for the last big push going into winter. The best time to plant is now. Less transplant shock and less money. So come out to Country Arbors Nursery for the best selection of trees, shrubs, and perennials, and they're all on sale. For more information and directions, go to countryarbors.com. I'm Shane Coulter from Country Arbors Nursery, and have a nice day. Don't you hate scrambling on the road when you're looking for a place to spend the night?
We all do. That's why when you travel for work, stay at La Quinta by Wyndham.
They've got everything you need to tackle the job, from free high-speed Wi-Fi to a spacious workspace right in your room.
Plus, their Bright Side breakfast comes with waffles, eggs, fruit, and meat.
Now, that's a game changer.
They've got over 900 locations so you can cover the gridiron.
And best of all, they're part of Wyndham Rewards, so those extra points really add up.
Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you triumph. Book direct at LQ.com.
Long's Garage, the oldest auto repair facility in Champaign-Urbana, deals with engine repairs, transmissions, brakes, suspensions, electrical, air conditioning. But one thing they pride themselves on in the one-stop shop for vehicle repairs is tires. Kumho Tires is having an instant rebate sale. If you buy a set of 4 Kumho passenger tires, you get a $60 credit. If you have a truck and buy a set of 4 light truck tires, you get a $120 credit. So go on to Long's Garage, 3 East Main Street, or schedule an appointment at 217-367-3942.
Okay, weather. What you got?
I was just looking, and we're at 44 now. The wind's up to 20 miles per hour, making it feel like 37. So kind of a brisk start to our day, and only up to 54 now, down to 36 tonight. Up to near 60 with sunshine tomorrow, down to around 36. Partly cloudy and a high 65 on Friday. And then Saturday, we've got a high 67. Showers late coming into Sunday morning, 71 on Sunday with partly cloudy conditions. Right now, the temperature's at 44. ESPN 93.5.
Okay, the Jeremy Warner Show is next. You'll get stuff you won't hear anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is a show today, unfortunately. Not against Tay and Piper.
Right.
We just wanted the Cardinals to play. They would have been scheduled at 3:08.
It's true.
So I guess Lon could pretend he's John Rooney and Mike Shannon and give us the play-by-play of what could have been.
Right.
There's another hit. There's
Derek
another
Piper
run.
is a huge Cardinal fan, too.
There's another home run. The Cardinals win again.
Little letdown today.
Hey, it's okay. They made it that far, and again, it'll be fun to see the moves in the offseason for both the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of free agents, but there are a few that are very, very good. And then Jeremy's Chicago White Sox are supposed to be better. So they've got some young talent up there in Southside.
Okay.
All right, see you tomorrow.
All right, enjoy the day.
That is Diane Ducey. I'm Stevie J. Thank you for listening. Appreciate you a lot. We'll see you tomorrow on the radio, ESPN 93.5. Have a great Wednesday.
The hammering, the sawing, the drilling, all the sounds of the workplace are music to our ears. You can be a part of construction projects large and small as a Carpenters Local 243 member. Learn to excel with apprentice and journeyman training. Members enjoy all the benefits this internationally recognized union has to offer. Join the Local 243 family tradition. Contact Carpenters Local 243 at 217-356-5463.
Message and data rates may apply. Please do not text and drive. See purple.com for terms and conditions.
And now for an important announcement. Do you, or does someone you know, sweat the bed? Do you ever wake up feeling like you've been sleeping on a slip and slide? Sweating the bed is a serious but a common problem that affects your sleep, health, and happiness. Plus, it's just plain gross. But it's not you. It's your mattress. Fortunately, there is a cure. It's called Purple. Purple is the only mattress with the scientifically engineered Smart Comfort Grid. This patented technology is designed to let air flow freely so you sleep cool. Side effects of sleeping on Purple include sleeping better, feeling better, and, well, honestly, smelling better. Try the Purple mattress risk-free for 100 nights and never sweat the bed again. And for a limited time, pick a free Purple product with your mattress purchase by texting TRIAL to 84888. The coolest sleep of your life and a free Purple product by texting TRIAL to 84888. That's TRIAL to 84888.
Why do so many go to Honda BMW of Champaign? Is it the selection of hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles? The easy location off Neal at Burwash Savoy? Or the fact that they're an award-winning dealership getting incredible reviews year after year from their customers? Yes, it's all of the above. Before you buy your next vehicle, give Honda BMW of Champaign a chance to earn your business. Honda BMW off Neal at Burwash Savoy, or go online, drivechampaign.com. Get the roof your home deserves. Roof Doctors. They have honest, reasonable rates. They give you competitive prices up front. No gimmicks or contractor pricing games. You can rely on Roof Doctors. No deposit required. No subcontractors. Over 30 years in business in the industry. Check out Roof Doctors at roofdoctorsco.com or call Tammy or Randy at 328-7529. Roof Doctors, 328-7529.
October is National Orthodontics Month, and your friends at Illini Smiles Dental in Champaign are celebrating and giving you the opportunity to save. Millions of smiles have been perfected with braces. Get your best smile by scheduling an appointment with the orthodontic specialist at Illini Smiles Dental on Springfield Avenue in Champaign. Now through the end of October, come in for a free consultation and you will be entered in a drawing to receive half off your full set of braces. Call 356-3335. Illini Smiles at 356-3335.
Flowers are a calming presence. They shift a room into smelling fresh. It lifts the mood of its inhabitants. Blossom Basket understands how God's creation has those invisible qualities. For even going to blossombasket.com gives you a sense of peace seeing those beautiful flowers on that screen. Head there today and the flowers will speak for themselves. Then you can order the flowers and feel those invisible qualities that makes Blossom Basket flowers so delightful. Officer Walton, I appreciate you explaining some parts of your career with Champaign Police.
Yes.
Do you have a goal of working with kids in the future?
Yeah, absolutely I do. I guess in the near future here, I'm pursuing a school resource officer position, which, that would basically place me in the school to be able to educate and, of course, continue to be a law enforcement official. And maybe even kind of help the kids, when they're having tough times, to kind of advise them and give them some guidance. So that's my short-term goal, to try to become a school resource officer. Mm-hmm. So I think that's just kind of my niche. Dealing with kids and community. And right now, we've got so much of a disconnect between the youth and the community. So I love that challenge of being able to kind of reach back and kind of giving them some direction and some guidance.
How can we encourage a better bond between police and community?
Yeah, well, I think it starts on both sides. As far as the law enforcement side, being more active, meaning, sometimes you got to get out of your car and just start speaking to people.
Law Enforcement Official of the Month brought to you by SK Exteriors. Their website, callsktoday.com.
Hey, another week, another great, successful grill and chill with Ben from the U of I Meat Sales Room. I mean, they just keep getting better. They're all great. He cooked us bacon cheeseburgers. Kent Brown and Illini AD Josh Whitman, well, they just happened to be here, and guess what? They got them, and they were like, wow. Well, next up, Ben's going to be back in a few weeks. Get you ready for the Rutgers tailgate on Monday, October 28th. You can join us for the next grill and chill. Just stop by the station, 2702 Boulder Drive in Urbana on the 28th. It's Grilling and Chilling with the U of I Meat Sales Room, Monday, October 28th on the Drive.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign, Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.